Meet James, the bold son of thunder, Yeshua's fiery apostle, who became the first to give his life for the kingdom. James was the older brother of John. Together, they were called the Sons of Thunder by Yeshua because of their bold and fiery personalities. At the time he became an apostle, James was about 30 years old. He was married, had 4 children, and lived near his parents on the outskirts of Capernaum in Bethsaida. Like his brother, James was a fisherman. He worked alongside John and with Andrew and Simon Peter. Because of this, James and John had known Yeshua longer than most of the other apostles. James's character was a mix of strength and sensitivity. He could be calm and steady like Andrew, but when something stirred him deeply, he reacted with great passion. When he became angry, he often excused it as righteous indignation. Yet beyond these bursts of feeling, James had a heart open to learning. He was not moody, but he sometimes went through quiet spells, saying little for days, and then suddenly becoming a great storyteller. Among the apostles, he was considered one of the best speakers, second only to Peter or Matthew. One of James's greatest strengths was his ability to see all sides of a situation. Although it took him time to fully understand Yeshua's teachings, he eventually developed one of the clearest grasps of the Master's message. This insight helped him get along with very different personalities: Andrew's steadiness, Peter's impetuousness, and John's self-containment. Even though James and John were both strong-willed, they had deep affection for each other and managed to work together far better than most brothers might in such intense circumstances. Still, their fiery side sometimes showed, like the time they wanted to call fire from heaven on the Samaritans who disrespected Yeshua. What James most admired about Yeshua was his sympathetic affection, his ability to care for everyone, from the richest to the poorest. James himself became a balanced thinker and planner. Along with Andrew, he was considered one of the more level-headed members of the apostolic group. He was strong, but never in a hurry. This made him an excellent balance wheel for Peter, smoothing things out when tensions arose. James was modest, unpretentious, and willing to serve without expecting special rewards. Even the story of their mother asking Yeshua to grant James and John places of honor at his right and left hand shows that the brothers were aware of the dangers ahead and were ready to accept the cost of discipleship. When Yeshua asked if they were prepared to drink the same cup he would drink, they both said yes, and for James, this became literally true. He was the first of the apostles to give his life for the new kingdom. He was put to death with the sword by Herod Agrippa, who feared him more than any of the others. Even at the end, James showed such dignity and courage that his accuser at the trial was moved to join the disciples of Yeshua. James lived fully, spoke boldly, and died bravely. His life is a reminder that passionate energy, when surrendered to Yeshua, becomes courage, steadfastness, and faithfulness. Tomorrow, we'll continue our journey through the apostles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you then, and God bless.